mismatch of communication. We didn't know that the decision was about to be made to sell us those flats for £1. We knew it was coming, and it was in public. It was a public meeting of Cornwall Council. So the guy, didn't get his name on there, goes, okay, we're off. And then I was on BBC Radio 4 Today programme, we had the Telegraph, we had all these movies. So it's happening. There's no question it is happening. Very quickly, 3 C's, the flats, the next steps. There's some worries, people are concerned about some things, I'll mention those. Then I'll introduce Looe Community One Trust, newly formed. They'll explain their own part in this, alright? 3 C's is currently a charity. We're converting to a community benefit society. I won't go into the legals unless you want me to. Those are our trustees, very serious senior staff from relevant organisations. Peter Moore ran a much bigger housing association than this. Pete Warren, hilarious, is a great name, is a guy who does zero cost heating, passive house. And Tim Woolsey is a hotshot commercial property solicitor. These are obviously key players in the work we're doing. There's our slot. Jeremy's here. Oh, Jeremy's downstairs. Mandy's downstairs. Matt, the builder, can't be here. Nick does the web. Jacob is down that little wire there somewhere. And there's me. That's the whole team. I'm not going to say too much about the flats. Most of you here will know them perfectly well. They're very, very small. They were cottages. They were broken up many years ago into flats. There's 3 tenants left. 2 of them in the room. Thank you for being here. 2 leaving, 1 staying. The building is sound. The building is very, very strong. It was built by the Coast Guard, basically the military, heavily over-engineered, really, really good. But it's very tired. Every inside wall, every door needs replacing. Big opportunity because we're getting the whole tent. Take the whole roof off, pull up all the floors and put in underfloor heating right through the building. You can't do that one flat at a time. You see what I mean? So we've got really big opportunities. We've got some really big problems. It's going to be listed. The access is about as wide as that. You can barely get the vehicle up there. The access once you're in there is cramped. But it's a chance to do something new. So one of the big questions, why is Cornwall Council flogging to you for £1? Why do they do it? Reasonable question. There's the answer. The council doesn't have budget, staff, permissions, systems. The council is doing 100 houses at a time or 200, the big new housing builds. They don't have the structures or the wherewithal to make this work. Fair?
Yeah, it's incredibly expensive as well because of access
Yeah. Specific, we're going to be a niche provider of something new. The truth is that the long-term solution for the council is we can't do this, we'll sell them. They'll go to an auction, they will go to second homes, no question. These are worth serious money. 640,000. They're worth a lot more than that on the open market. But the council, to their eternal credit, gave us the chance to go down the community ownership road instead. We are, in fact, a solution about local housing in very bad old buildings. We have massive help from the affordable housing team today. Massive. Everything we need to do were there for us to push it forward, made it work. Cornwall councillors, Armand and Edwina, were totally on it from the very beginning. Town council, these 2 fellas here from the town council, brilliant. My very first presentation, I went along, don't know these people, they went, this is great, let's do it. You don't get that always, really good. Now look at how you've won. Cornwall Council have dropped a lot of money by selling to us for £1. A lot of money, okay? They got finance problems that they've gone through. What it's come out to is 11 new homes in Looe for £55,000. And that valuation divided numbers. That's a bargain. The Cornwall Council have this tension between money and housing. And they've gone for that. They've gone for housing. They're for that. Is it a new model? Maybe it is. We've gone in Looe. We did it in Corson, I'll say like that before again. Maybe we do other places. Maybe this is a new way. We're not doing greenfield. We're not going to build new housing on new sites. We are interested in can we do a Looe model somewhere else? Because there's buildings like this all in the country. What would that be like? Big green opportunity. There is a do. So already, because we're getting a block, we can radically work on that whole block, right? But historic building. Heritage Grade 2 listed, very, very visible to the town. We will not mess around with looking at building. We're not going there. A, we don't want to. B, we're not allowed. You can fight with the permission, but we're not interested. What you've got at the back of that building is completely hidden where the yard area. Put all the insulation you might have there, put solar, put whatever, it's all doable without affecting the way the thing looks. Right? For obvious reasons, retrofitting old buildings in Cornwall to make them energy efficient is big news. People want to hear that and they want to fund it. We are being offered specific money to invest heavily. These are very expensive. Right? We're not a commercial operator. We don't have to go if we spend £1 million raising the town. How do we pay our investors and all that? We're not in that game. So we've got something we can do that perhaps most can't. Big Walmart mention says we can do zero cost heating. Really? No foundation, stone built, rains all the time, zero cost, but he says he can do it very, very cheap. I believe that. Now that surprised what I did. These are going to be low rain, if we can get low heating costs as well, we're really talking about something. Again, it's an example for others. If it's going to be done in one place, we're done in others. Here's the process. Start now, the feasibility study. When we started this back in February, March, I made a mistake. We needed £70,000 to do the feasibility, all the surveys, all the tests, all the checks. I suggested that we ask the community for some of that money. That was a mistake. It was far too early in the process, and the rumours spread out there after our cash. And that put a bit of a break on the process. Thankfully, which is late, I realised we can get that with grant money from the council and from others. And the raise that money is about to start now. The design, the drains, the bats, the retaining walls, the insulation, radon, all of that block, 3 months. Right? At the end of that, we'll know how much it's going to cost to do it. We don't know now. That man Jeremy at the back, I said, how much? He said, no, it's going to call $1.5 million. There it is. Okay, Jeremy, let's take that. It's a number, we have to put a number, we don't know. Okay, might be less, might be more. In December, we'll know. In December, when we've got a figure and we start raising the money, we go to the government, we talk to the council, we talk to the community about community shares, I'll mention that again. 3 month period to raise the cash. Everybody, the council, the government grant people want the building sold by the end of March. That's amazing. That is going, right? That's not good. Let's do it. Let's do it. Then we start the building work. We raise the money, we own the properties, we start the building work. May time? Maybe 9 months? Maybe? We don't know because we don't know what the work is yet. We're about to find out. Say it's 9 months. So that takes you through to the end of next year, isn't it? Then the tenants. We'll go into that in detail. Confirm the tenants, publish everything. How do you do it? When we're selecting people move in? 2025? Maybe. Every single stage has lots of ways that it can get delayed. This is best case analysis, right? Everything works perfectly, flat 25. There's people in this room who say nothing ever works perfectly. I just think that's negative. He's a broken nose, unfortunately, so he probably will fight his Community shares. One of the reasons why we're different to any kind of commercial operator or even the council is that we can ask people to invest their own money in local housing. It's not a donation, you become it's like spread ownership, it gives people direct control. £100 minimum. We did this for the same project in Boston. We have people put 20 pounds each budget. Right? It's pretty approachable for most people. Maximum £25,000. Of course, I have 2 second homes with £4,500 each. One of them said to me, this is good. Nothing with that. There's money. Right? 25,000. There are people in this town with money, but some of them will want to support this. Okay? It's not a donation, it's an investment. You can ask for interest on your money. 2 years ago, 3% were pretty good. Not so much now as I say. Bear in mind, you only get your interest if the thing is made a surplus, if it's successful in that year. You know, like any other commercial share, you get your dividend if the company's doing fine. Regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, just like a bank. In some ways, we're a community bank. We're a one-trick pony. We've got one property, one piece of work, one activity. Sure, will grow, but it's very important to understand. When the community shares in Looe, the money will stay in Looe. Every penny will go into this project and no else. People have got a chance to invest meaningful. And we'll try and do it by December, so people can wake up on Christmas morning and go, darling, I bought you a bit of a house. It's a great present, I urge you to think about it. Now, I should say that the process for this is legally controlled, structured, and detailed. There's a long document which will be coming out probably beginning of December. Now we come on to a couple of things that have caused issues, or let's say concerns. Right? In Cosand, we bought 3 coastguard cottages from the council. We did them up, we created a complete tenant selection process. And it worked. Because a big thing for us is local connections. It's about local homes and local people supported by your town and some of your money if you've got it. Everything's in the open. It's an open application process. We publish all the scoring, all the systems. You can see the whole thing. It's based on points. If you're born in this town, you get that many points. If your parents are born in this town, you get that many points. Right? After that, after connection, is how you live. It's that way around. This is about local people. The conditions are very strict. If your wage is high, if you have high savings, you will not be eligible. We will not consider your application. We will take references, and then there is a genuinely intrusive assessment made by our team. We want to see the bank statements, we want proper references, we want to see the credit score, we get right into your detail. These are dual 6 houses. Of course, some people did try and rip off the process. Didn't work. We had a guy who owned the house. Said, I thought I'd rent the house over yours. Really? It's all confirmed, it's all very solid. We had 94 applications in course for 3 houses. We only had 1 complaint. Everybody understood and accepted that it's for real. It's out in the public. There's probably the thing about most unease about or complaints about. It's a very slow process, but it's very transparent. This is the other thing that people are concerned about. We got those properties for £1 because we cannot profit from them. Actually, what we're buying is a £1.5 million liability. That's the truth. We have taken on that project. It could fail, not going. We cannot and will not profit. The covenants in the sale contract are very clear, and we will publish that contract. If we mess up or attempt to sell, the council gets them back with no compensation. Bang, end of story. There are no grey areas. Okay? Even more important, the Looe Group are the link between us and this town and yourselves. Either directly yourselves or through the Looe Group, you can say, wait a minute, what's going on in the properties? What's going on in the flats? There will be reports, there will be meetings, there will be discussions. This community will see any change to those properties. There will not be a change. Furthermore, people who invest are owners. They're not kind of owners, but absolute legal right to see all documents and all proposals, and they can block them. Okay? I don't think we can be any clearer about this. I'm just saying, on Facebook, that I'm going to buy them for myself, drive the Common Council, set them on fire, get the insurance and slip them on. It can't be done. There's no way. This is the real deal. It's actually receiving. This is my last one that I introduced you to no trust. It's too good to be true, isn't it? It's not too good to be true, it's true. Okay? We've done it once already. We've done it in the past. It's true. Can I put an end to that now? Might be 2025, might be a year later, we don't know, of course. Sorry. Antisocial behaviour and arrears. We are not a housing provider of last resort. We are not obliged to take those most in need. These houses are jewels. If you mess up, we will throw you out. Maybe you'll get one chance, maybe you won't. The council is stuck with people who, for whatever reason, are in areas or can't keep their lives together. We are not. Okay? And we will not tolerate that. Very simple, very clear. It's on the contract. People sign up for that. They know what they're getting into. It's going to be very cheap, extremely good housing in the middle of Looe. Don't mess it. House owners, I've told you that, I have no idea. Is it all feasible heritage listed buildings? Yeah, it really is. Yeah. We've got really good interest in heritage, environment, people, conservation. They're all coming. They're going to help make this happen. Kind of buy them one, rent early. Very important. It's no right to buy. We will not tolerate anything. Airbnb is the biggest destroyer of local housing in the last few years, right? We will not permit it. That is an eviction offence. Okay? There is no right to buy. However, the security is very, very strong. Pay your rent on time, don't follow your neighbours, you stay your whole life. It's a given, there's no limits. The thing works in both directions. Our 3C's people volunteers, our trustees are volunteers, the rest of us are not, we're going to do this. We're earning the wage for what we do. Right, well, and how can I help over to the Looe CLT? Alright, so far, let's shoot through that, and then we'll do the questions. Oh, you changed that, that was you. Why did you push it?
I think it's going to load one line at a time, so if you'd like to those of us sitting on this side of the table, and you'll see the volunteers pick around the room now taking pictures. We are the newly formed Looe CLT, Community Land Trust, and our role is to, in the next driven this project to where it is today. And they engaged with us 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and the Looe team worked alongside them. We are far less experienced, far less knowledgeable when it comes to doing this because they've done it, we're learning from them and using their expertise. But our role is to engage with the local businesses, engage with the local people, be a point of contact for this project in Looe. And to give a guidance when they're choosing the contractors to do the roles. We want to keep it as local as possible and source as much labour and professional building services locally. And at the same time, build a community engagement with people of Looe. This is not the last project, this is the first project, and we will be looking, as the future rolls out, to find more opportunities to provide local homes for local people with our resources as a community land trust moving forward. So, without further ado, Simon, please can you click the next slide, and I'll introduce the team. Catherine Cobb, the lady in the middle, is our chair lady. Yeah, you're doing a great job, Simon, thank you. To Catherine's left is Sue Gavin, our secretary. I'm Rob Bowden, the trustee, and to my left is Sam Kilty, the other trustee. And we have a bunch of supporters, and we're looking for more, so don't be shy. We've got Pippa, Star doing the Saz, who can't be here today, Pat and Jess, who's helped us do our social media website, she can't be here today. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Sam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I've touched a little bit on our aims, but our aims are primarily to ensure that coastal flats provide housing for local people, as Simon has said as well. We want to make sure that as much of the work as possible is commissioned by local contractors, so Looe-based, preferably. To engage with you and the local people and provide future support for housing needs, and to engage with the businesses of Looe to raise awareness of those needs. As Rob said, it's hopefully not going to stop here. We are the Looe group, but we hope that it expands further. Thank you. What's the next one?
Right, moving forward, what is next? The all-important money. Where are we going to get the money? And Simon is a past expert at raising or getting in huge amounts of money for Cornwall. So he is going to apply for the grant, and he's going to get them. And getting a grant is extremely laborious because it's full of filling in forms and putting the right things on forms. And he knows how to do it, and he knows the wrong words to put in. So all those mistakes have been made, and he's not going to make any more. So that I'm really confident that the finance will be there, and already a few little pots of money, a few £1,000, have already been won. So well done. Membership, we really do need. Being a member is having a voice and deciding, oh, I really care about what's happening in Looe, and I really want local people to live in Looe. I'm not a local person, I've only been here 39 years. So we want local people to have a voice about something so important, a beautiful building, local people to have a voice about the work they do in Looe and where they live in Looe, and that's why you're all so important. We want to hear your voices, and we want your voices, but really, really important. We will be making a list of local contractors, and that list of local contractors, again, we would like your support, because if you live in Looe, you've probably had either tradespeople or contractors doing work in your houses. So we, at some point, we will be asking for, do you have any recommendations? And why do you have recommendations? We don't want to hear anything personal about anybody. We want to know why you recommend this particular person, this particular builder, this particular electrician. And equally, I'm sure, well, let's look at all the negative comments made, but equally, they may well be quite interesting. As long as you're a negative person, you can actually say, we wouldn't recommend this person because. So yes, we will be compiling this with a lot of criteria. And then building links. These two big meetings that we've had are really important, and we hope to keep that going. Principally through a newsletter, principally through online. But you know who we are now. If ever you see us, just ask or say something that you like, or don't like, or you've got a question. We're here to link with you. That's about it. My turn. Membership of the Looe Community Land Trust. This is different to the share ownership within 3Cs. We are discussing the Looe group only and with membership. Your membership will allow us to progress from this project onto others in the future. We have a form which will come around shortly that you can read out and put your details on if you're interested. So the membership of the Looe group is your opportunity to support us to make this project happen. It's your opportunity to help us create similar opportunities in the future, because at the moment we are just 4 people. We are a registered community benefit society. We are registered with the Financial Conduct Authority. We have a registration number. But beyond that, we are just 4 people. We have no money. Our time is given freely at the moment. Therefore, we are, everything we're doing is from our pocket or free of charge. But understandably, we can only go so far like that. So your membership is also your opportunity to help safeguard local housing for the future for local people. It could be your children, your grandchildren, your family, your friends, anybody who's local to you. But there obviously is a cost. And the cost of membership, the cost of your support, we're keeping to a minimum of £1. But obviously we would welcome anything above £1, as much as you would like, to help support us to build a financial pot to move from this project to another 1 or 2 or more in the future. We have grand ideas, but at the moment we're focusing on coastguard flats. It would be lovely for us to say we can build a pot of money and go and buy a derelict hotel in Looe, of which there are quite a few. Because once we've purchased a property, we can then go, as Simon and 3Cs are doing, to the government for grant funding to redevelop and turn it into homes. That's our grand aim for the future. But we're starting at the moment with just the 4 of us, and we're looking to fill a membership form, and so you support what we're doing. So from your membership, we're asking that you give us your name and address and contact details. And it's saying that you agree to contribute £1 or minimum to help us progress our community land trust. Call the good people in Looe. And in return for that, we will keep you informed about what we're doing and any plans for the future. So we'd love you to fill in all these forms. I think Claire's going to come around with them at the moment. But no pressure, you can take it away and have a read, or you can fill it in and leave it here. But if you want to take it away, then you can return to the library or uncharted on secret. So at this stage, we're only asking for your details, no money. If you're prepared to fill in this, we will contact you in the future and we're ready to take any payment. We are looking to develop this form online, and it will be available through our Facebook page and web page within the next week or 2, if you don't want to pay for copy. Thank you very much.
Looe CLT, thank you. I do this a lot. I love standing up here, although not a lot. The rest of them all panic. That's it on the presentation. Yeah, look at that. Over to you. If you've got any questions, we're happy to try and answer. Council reps here if you want to talk to them. Thank you very much. Any thoughts?
Yes, I live again the road directly opposite, and I can see them again. I also see the difficulty vehicles have get up there every day. I was wondering, were those people or families, or elderly families, will they go out cars or is there any project to overcome the vehicle access?
No. And the fact is, we're getting what there is there, okay? There's a little bit of ground in front, but it's very steeply sloping, it's got dangerous high retaining walls. Basically, people get what there is. You can have a car and welcome, but you can't park on site. We're going to have massive problems getting materials up and rubbish down. We're talking about little electric vehicles, we're talking about slides, we're talking about getting the tenants to carry on and carry on.
I enjoy that.
So, how the term and conditions, no vehicles?
There's no vehicles. You can just about get a vehicle on there, but not a second one. If you've got 11 flats, it's going to have to be done all right. Tricky.
I've got one. My partner's had these quite long on North Road, Hill, for over 30 years. We knew there was a couple that are landlocked. There's a landlocked.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yes, Catholic cousins.
That's it.
I own that. I think they still do. Could you not try and purchase that off them to sort of break that bit?
Give me a minute.
I know, but in future, of parking or a bit of garden, because North Road is a nightmare for us to park, and everyone's abusing it, and I know everyone pays tax and insurance, but my husband is disabled, and I park at the top, and I go out and get that car down. I come down, and there's nowhere to park, is there? And if we've got new flats, it's going to be an absolute nightmare.
I think that's a very interesting point. My best guess, our understanding, is that these flats will mostly be for young people moving away from their parents for the first time. Typically not car owners. Right?
But what about parents visiting?
We have no control. We will get the flats on the basis of their application and whatever the point. We won't control, have you got a car or whatever. It's what it is, and there's not much we can do. All of these towns are the same. Corsound's a nightmare. Right? Yes, there's a big council car park. Yes, people are paying. There's no solution with these because we're not allowed to buy next door. We talk to all the neighbours. We talk to all the insurance companies, very nice people. We're not in the commercial world. That's a commercial plot.
So it's just a way to get a land which you could use.
Tell you what, you raise the money on mine.
I'd love to raise it.
Sorry, can't help you. It's a real issue.
Two residents, here, are they guaranteed one of these flats?
The current residents have an absolute right to one of those flats if they choose to stay. In there.
Where will they live while they're being done up?
We've been round that 10 times. That's the other question. The current tenants, where are they going to live while we're doing the flat? Now, at the moment, do them up completely, shift people over and want to stay on the move back, or we'll get you a hotel, we'll get you an apartment in the winter time, you'll have 3 months. We don't know the answer. What we do know is we will retain the right of those people to this house. That's for sure.
We don't want these to go anywhere else. We
No,
want them to stay there.
Anyway, they kick off something comment.
I think so.
I'm not mixing
I'll go there.
Anybody else got anything else?
Who owns the big green area behind, directly behind the conduit, so it's slope?
The slope is ours, unfortunately, and the big retaining wall probably hopes it's highways, but it's not. It's our problem.
Right.
So we've got all the dodgy bits front, back and side. Another reason why £1.5 million may not be enough.
Right.
We've got a guy coming in 2-3 weeks' time to cut down all the vegetation, then the engineers and surveyors can see what we're actually buying, because it's going to be expensive. You know that. We bought a place in Corsound, my old job, £35,000 to make the back wall safe. Substantial money. So,
Could you not live there where that, all that overgrown stuff is? I've actually lived here for 5.5 years, first time I walked up and had a look. Could that not be lifted up?
not touching. We'll go into it in the feasibility. There's a lot of legal constraints, more important, engineering constraints. You can't go into that ground because of the walls both sides. Goodness knows we've had enough trouble with failing more. We're not going to. It's not. How are we doing? Anybody else? What do you reckon? Do you like it? It's good, isn't it? I'm still reading. But it's happening. Whoa!
I'm getting back to us doing our own work us
Oh,
hard.
actually, come on, you know, if we spoke afterwards privately,
Yeah,
your questions are very personal to you, you know what I mean? I want to keep it general, if that's all right.
yeah, I can.
What's doing? We are going to do this is going to happen. We're going to be, the new group are really big on this, they're getting it, they're going to make this work, they are going to be your point of contact from now on. There'll be newsletters, posters, meetings, it's all on social media, we're live now. It is real. I'm a bit amazed, honestly, that's the truth. Also, it took us 18 months to get to this point, we've done it in 8 months. Thanks to these people. So, any questions for the council management time? But unless there are any more questions, we're happy and we're there. We're back.
Just ask, excuse me, how we contact the community trust, is there an email?
Yes, and join the membership if you're willing, but talk to them today. Get them in there.
Can I answer that one now so that everyone's clear? We have a Facebook page at the moment which is Looe Community Land Trust, which is, it's been fairly busy, and we're in the process of setting up a website which is Looe CLT.org.uk. We're in the process of setting up and making that work, and as we do that over the next couple of weeks, there will be email addresses on there, because we currently only have our personal email addresses, which are not good. So we are in the process of setting up a Looe CLT website and email addresses. So once that's done, it will have a Facebook page, and keep checking the website. You'll notice when it's been changed, and then you'll be able to contact us by email through that. Forms, electronic forms, and these will be available on that as well.
I'll just add, for the sake of those without much internet access, the library and the town council in general have been brilliant. The library have got all our stuff on paper, and they're very happy to see people to hand out information. It's been tremendously good as well. Those people who are left out by the lack of internet have got it there.
Will the library have membership forms as well?
They will. They can take forms. They can't take money. They can take forms. Good point. How's that? Is that right? Yeah. Let's stop there. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming.